weekly candle close is in here with us, just like we asked something, right? The alt season, is it in here with us? Now, this is for sure with us. It's time for you to agree that the past has something to do right now. Yes, I'm not saying we are going directly to the downside, but you do have this upside coming. Just before that, the market plays something. And I want you guys to understand that. Market makes a bottom. Last time, if you understand this correctly, the market showed you the opportunity zone. Can we see that now? And if so, how can you take advantage of that? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. While you watch the crypto market, understand we still stand just below $3 trillion, and that's not a huge mark. Watch the volume. That's not substantially higher, which we would like it to be, or where we would like it to be. It's not there. Now, what are we watching? What is the price action showing you? You come down to the stablecoin, USDC, and it shows you, whoa, wait. Capital is flowing out of stablecoin. Okay, fine. Now look at Tether. Capital is flowing out of Tether. Who is buying? What are they doing? Now the question is, when the capital flows out, it's not just a possibility of buying, but it's also a possibility of shorting, naked shorting. Yeah, they can do that as well. So you go back in the past and you get to see this. The first push to the downside, that flush, how much was that? Now, not all assets react similarly, but you see that's a 30% drop. If we are to understand how much was the first drop, that was a 50%. And then the next one was 30. Fine. We pick the top to bottom of the first drop here, and that's a 30% drop, which means we may not do the 30, rather we would actually try and do a 15 to 20, which is some way we would like the price to come down to. At what time, at what season, I really don't know, but I think this is incoming. And when I say that, understand this is XRP. Yeah, XRP on a weekly chart. This is exactly what XRP says, and you go back in history and you see this. You have a giant candlestick which pierces through a support. Boom, you come down. Then you have micro attempts to slowly grind back, but fails. Cool. Now you come up here, you watch what's happening. You have one big candle which just pierced through the support region. So this is that one candle. Yeah. But what's the good news and what's the bad news? This is the good news. You still hold on to this region of support. You only broke this micro trend line. But the trouble is, yeah, you're not going to see 0.3, 0.5, but this one, this two, this three shows there is a 4 coming. Now, where will that be? We have to see how low it goes. So the weekly does convey that, saying watch the altcoin market. You're going to react a lot with the alt market. Now, there are certain assets which show you some difference, some deviation. Remember, this is weekly candle close. Total alt market showing you, watch. Last 2 weeks, it's just teeny tiny move in the market. Now pick up other assets like, say, Ether. Watch this. I mean, technically speaking, this is something you need to keep in your mind. We have seen these kind of candles before, so decision making shouldn't be that hard for you when you observe such a candlestick in the price action. So buyers are coming in. Now, how can you compare it with XRP with a Bitcoin, right? This is Bitcoin. I would like to ask you something very honestly, and please, when you respond with all the honesty, because it's about your money. Yeah, not about me being right or wrong, but about your portfolio and your wealth. This thing which you're observing here, is it similar to this thing which you're seeing here? Again, pause the video if you have to, but look at this. Is it similar? Is this similar? So this one is Bitcoin on a weekly. This one is XRP on a weekly. Now I'm bringing you Ether on a weekly. Now watch this. Does the same feel here in Ether, or at least here? For me and my eyes, it does. But not in here. It doesn't look like that. Yeah. One candle to the downside, taking two candles to the upside. Same here. One candle to the downside, taking two candles to the upside, which happens to be a continuation pattern. The price goes back into that macro direction. Now watch. Odds that you're going to repeat that two candle structure or even a three candle structure, which would look like this. Yeah, you have big momentum to the upside, retrace a little bit, then continue higher. If the momentum is lower and momentum shifts, yeah, that's a reversal. But now you see the momentum. If you can come back up to here, that's good, great. If you are trapped, you can exit. But the odds on your side doing that is very low. Now, put XRP on a daily or a 3-day, because you need to also understand the micro. Because a rejection on a micro here will confirm the macro rejection. Now, how do you do that? Because some people don't believe in trend lines because they use it in a candlestick chart. Trend lines, if you want to put it perfectly, then you'll have to be on a line chart. This is what it should look like. Now go back onto a candlestick. Fine. This is exactly what the price is doing. You got rejected a couple of times here, came close to it, went above it, but you're getting rejected. You're not breaking through that level, which is not that good to see, because when you're a whale bull, you want it to do something great. Now the ABC, if it's flushing you, what happens then? The 1, 2, 3 whales pushing, then pushing means selling, shorting. Now covering that short, and now what will they do? Easy questions for you is not easy answers. We need to understand that, because if this happens to be that flush, all that you're watching is a trend line like this. And you do understand that these trend lines, they kind of show you that it can reach the support, but historically speaking, that can just be a long wick. See this? That's the standard deviation. And for some reason, that standard deviation is a big zone, a thick zone. But understand, some of these assets are going to bottom in here. And some others are saying, okay, even if I want to flush, I'm not flushing a long way to the downside. I'm going to stay within this region. Now, if you're a spot holder, you're not trying to pick the absolute bottom. Rather, you're trying to get into assets which are showing you close to a bottom. Some of these kind of gives you that vibe. For the SI family, at the top, it was not a surprise that we are going to drop. Yeah. Now, same at the bottom. It's not a surprise that you're trying to make bottom in these assets, while some others are showing you, I'm about to flush back down. Now, will these assets drop? Yeah, they should. But the bottom which they already made would most likely be the bottom, because these are the scenario. I'm not saying they'll not drop. You saw this, yeah? This is the bottom formation here. Came back down to make a double bottom. Cool? But you did not drop like nuts. You get this? Did you drop? Yeah, but you did not drop like this. Fine. So understand the market can do this before you go back up. Fine. But if you're accumulating at the bottom zone, trying to average down, cost basis lower, Fine, this is the right approach in my opinion. Now, you don't have to go with fancy tools. You don't have to use fancy ideas. You just stick to the basics. This is honestly something I want to know. Now, the second part of this video, which is I think the most important part, I believe it's the monthly candle. Yeah, watch this. The monthly candle in here should be the idea which you should follow. You have very few days for that to close. Now, what do I mean? This is Doge. Pick this up. Watch this. One candle to the upside takes like 4 candles to the downside. Which direction is the momentum? The burst is going to come into that direction. Cool. Go to Ether. Pick this up. Now, you're watching Ether on a monthly. Now, what do you see? The momentum is slow. And that's exactly what happened back in here. Yeah. Now, watch this action. That's where you are. And that monthly candle, it shows it went up to 2500 and the bottom was 1700. That long doji kind of gives you the idea that you have to go back and find the long doji. Okay, we'll do the long doji. Remember, this is a monthly. This is a doji. Yeah. Where exactly do you see similar doji? This is another doji. Now, what's common in here? You have a price action showing I'm doing this. You have a price action showing I'm doing this. Cool. There's a little bit of variation for sure, but it looks 50 to 60% similar in terms of the pattern, the breakout, the retest. Fine. Now go back in to the total alt market. This is the monthly candle. Yeah, you're watching this. There has been momentum to the upside, but some assets are changing the momentum. You have long doji to the upside and to the downside, and the monthly candle is still a doji. You don't have a confirmation now which direction you're moving. Now, that's exactly where you come back in and see, okay, we had this here as soon as we started. So those assets which are here still have room to run. But those assets which are already making this region, watch this region. I've just talked about it extensively within this video and many previous videos. Yeah, you know what's that. Fine, now go to Bitcoin. Put it on a monthly. Now trust yourself with this. Don't trust others with hype. Trust the market. Long candle to the downside and one wick. Doji, pure doji. Now, watch. This is exactly what we were arguing in the market, right? You can still come back down in the next candle, but then you may go up for a retracement. We just talked about the exact same thing in a short-term chart in this video, saying we may put in that bottom and then go back up for a retracement. Now, why is the retracement so important? Bitcoin dominance didn't drop yet. So a retracement in Bitcoin is going to be most likely that time where altcoins will start moving. It's patience, it's demanding. You need dry powder. If you don't have dry powder, even if the market gives you a lower low, you are stuck there. You cannot dollar cost average. You cannot buy into new assets, which shows you weekly bullish divergence, 3-day bullish divergence. This is exactly what you have to do actually. So if you can't, then trouble is you didn't take enough profits at the top. You didn't start dipping your toes in at the price as the price was going down. Make the right decisions, guys. I mean, right decisions at the right time would look something like this. You get posts like important, what I think about key movements, what I am trying to look into, what I'm buying, what I'm selling. All of those comes in with the general market update too, so that you're not confused. Now, if you're going to try out something, just buying something, you know if it's going to work or not. In next 2 to 3 weeks, you will get an idea, okay, whether that guy was saying something right or wrong. Now, those who listened at the top for Ether, now Ether was back in November, right? Yeah, late November we were calling it. On a weekly chart. Then on XRP, you saw the call at the top and again at the retracement top. Wow. I mean, now if this happens to perform just like what we just told, legacy and stories will be told about the SI family, 1,600 plus members making the right decision at the right time in the market. If they sold at the top, now I'm watching, like just today I saw a message saying, but I'm traveling to what island? Virgin Islands, and thanks for making me take profits in XRP at the top. And I think this is a flight and the view to the Virgin Islands. This is something what I would like to see you guys making the right decision by being in the right family. 1,600 people are making that choice in front of you. Remember, 1,000 people. They don't stay there just like that. They stay there because the decisions which they were able to make with the information, the data set which they were provided with, that's what they are betting on. Now, if you want to be a part of that, make sure this market cycle is not over for few assets, not all assets. So don't get it wrong. You want to get it right, be in the right family. If you haven't smashed the like button yet till this point, boom, 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 smash it for me, guys. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.